Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In here we would like to present our discussion, and our topic is issues in language learner personality traits. Our group member are Fala Sefi Aulia Rahma, Aisyah Nursuha, Rosa Nirmala Fauzia, Muhammad Dafa Alto Febrian, and Hasna Fadila Rashida. And this is the outline. Number 1 is objective. Number 2 is what things should be considered or a literature review. Number 3 is methodology. Number 4 is finding. Number 5 is a discussion. And the last is conclusion. And our first topic will be delivered by my partner Aisyah Nursuha. Time is yours.
The first outline is objective. The purpose of this article is to better understand how the objective of the data collection method are. This data collection is drawn from a cognitive ability test specially designed to measure the innate ability of the IQ achievement test. The purpose of this method is to validate proficiency tests. This method is used for correct relation between intelligence subjects, both men and women. Data collection affects the effectiveness of formative assessment practices between the subjects of intelligence, arts, and humanities.
And the second topic is literature review, or what things should be considered. The study is concerned with individual difference predictor in school grade. Over the past few years, there has been a flurry of papers concerned with personality and ability predictor of academic achievement both at university, as well as among school children. A very useful review has recently appeared on Big Five predictor of post-secondary academic performance, or AP, which implicates consciousness as the best predictor of exam success. These studies are essentially concerned about which factor best predicts specific as well as overall grades and how much variance they account for. This study is in that tradition. It focuses on typical intellectual engagement, or TIE, as a predictor of school success. Results in this area have obvious educational implications for pupil selection and training and the interpretation of the cause of exam result.
The methodology of the article. This study is quantitative research. Data collection was carried out using research tool in the form of test or questionnaire. Pupils completed the 3 shift report tests. A total of 212 secondary school children from 2 British selective schools participated in the study. In all, there were 123 females and 89 males. Their mean age was 15.8 years. There were no significant gender or age differences on any of the measures. This was measured by their general certificate in secondary education 10 credit scores. This consists of compulsory and elective subjects. There are 4 compulsory subjects: English language, English literature, mathematics, and science. In addition, they can take additional lessons such as drama to art and design, biology, business, as well as language. This is a 59 item self-reward inventory that requires to respond on a 6-point Likert type scale for various items, assessing the extent to which they seek, engage in, and enjoy intellectual activities such as reading philosophy, studying, solving mental difficulties, and thinking about some aspect of life. This 50-item test is administered in 12 men and measures both crystallized and fluid intelligence, providing a quick and reliable measure of IQ. Scores can range from 0 to 50, and questions include word and number comparisons, differential instances, serial analysis of geometric figure, and story problem that requires logical solution. This is a 72 items questionnaire that measures knowledge of 6 different domains, namely literature, general science, medicine, games, and finance. The questionnaire has been repeatedly shown to have satisfactory internal reliability, content construct, and predictive validity. Big 1987 for Ham, Swami Artist, and Kamoro Premusic 2008. The questionnaire is frequently still used in many studies in applied educational and personality psychology.
Okay, now we enter in finding. The finding that we gather from article there are lacking personality traits such as cognitive ability and intelligence, and learning are significantly correlated high and correlated IQ measure 0.71 in the article that there is an interesting and potential important finding from the study showing a correlation between intelligent tests. And there is a gender co-system effect on the performance of men better than women. There are also personality traits that are very influential, namely openness to experience and the nature of being careful to change the overall use of effective strategies. Okay, maybe from this explanation from the finding, the next will be explained to my friends. Thank you.
The next is a discussion. There were a number of interesting and potentially important findings from this study. First, it in part replies to previous studies. They underlie the seemingly obvious fact that intelligence tests taken many months, or indeed years before high school examination can predict them very well. Indeed, the final registrational results suggest that once intelligence was controlled for personality and a process to learning factors had a little impact on results. However, in the regression, it had a little impact on the result over intelligence. It should be pointed out that it did show some incremental variance for a total score with the Big Five and the approaches to learning did not. This study supported previous studies that showed that openness to experience was a consistent, significant, albeit relatively small, contributor to the variance accounted for by exam grades. Previous work, mainly done with the post-secondary scholars, seemed to suggest that conscientiousness was the best predictor of exam success. However, the correlation between openness and time is large in this study, and when the two are put in the relation, it seems TIE accounts for more of the variance. Hence, there is no clear pattern in the results, with some suggesting that cognitive ability predicts more of the variance, and some suggesting non-cognitive ability predicts more of the variance. Only very weakly related to AP, Cameron Premuzic, Furnham, and Lewis in a study of 158. Graduates found deep learning positively correlated with exam results and could account for nearly 18% of the variance. This study showed that the deep and achieving approaches to learning were correlated with the exam success. Interestingly, the deep learning was negatively associated with exam success in the final hierarchical regression. This suggests pragmatic students do well rather than those intrinsically motivated to learn and fully understand issues. In that study, they found TIE accounted for about 5 to 10 percentage of incremental variance, though results did vary according to which exam was being used. Success in school exam is a function of many things, including scholar individual difference, teaching style and quality, and home factors.
And the last is conclusion. The conclusion that can be drawn is that everyone who has less personality traits such as cognitive abilities and intelligence and learning correlates with language learning problems. As in this article, every person's IQ or intelligence is different between many who get good grades and some who don't. So the biggest problem for students is awareness.
I think that's all from our group presentation. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.